I approached Turin over the Alps, just as Hannibal and his Carthaginian elephants did in the Second Punic War. In those days, the valley of the Po River at the foothills of the Alps in northern Italy was inhabited by the Turini tribe, Celts from the other side of the mountains. They were allied with the Roman Republic, and when Hannibal turned up with his 25,000 troops and a handful of elephants, they took to the walls of their capital, Turasia. For 3 days, they held out against the African general, and then were wiped from the face of history. It would be 200 years before the town would spring back to life as a frontier outpost of the Roman Empire. Augusta Turinium was the northernmost colony of Emperor Augustus, protecting Rome from barbarian incursions and keeping the Gauls pacified. Today's Turin sits faithfully on top of the grid-like streets and walls of the old Roman town, which lurks just beneath the concrete. Little above ground remains, although the Porta Palatina is one of the best surviving examples of a Roman town gate and sections of wall that once encircled the town. Until well into the Middle Ages, Turin lived within the crumbling walls the Romans left behind. Close to the gates of Augustus, where the Roman stadium hosted games and gladiatorial contests, is the Turin Cathedral. A Christian house of worship has existed at this site for at least 1,500 years. It houses one of the most holy relics in Christendom, the Shroud of Turin. The shroud, for the faithful believers in the legend, is the burial cloth of Christ, mysteriously imprinted with the image of his tortured and executed body. It was looted from Constantinople by Crusaders, guarded by the Knights Templar, along with the Holy Grail, also located in Turin, which we will visit later, and housed more or less intact in the Turin Cathedral for the last 600 years. Whatever your faith, the Shroud is a touchstone of Western culture and well worth a visit. The Museo Egypto is the oldest Egyptian museum in the world and is second in importance only to Cairo's museum for the study of ancient Egypt. Collecting Egyptian antiquities was a passion of the House of Savoy since at least the 18th century. During Roman times, the Egyptian goddess Isis was widely worshipped, so the connection between Turin and Egypt goes back even further. Rossellini, Fellini, Antonioni, Sergio Leone, Sophia Loren, spaghetti westerns, neo-realism. Italy is a founding nation of cinema, and the long love affair the Italians have with moving pictures is lovingly displayed in the Museum of Cinema. As a bonus, the museum is located in the Mole Antonelliana, the tallest building in Turin. Take a ride to the top for a spectacular view. The medieval castle in Valentino Park is a 19th century faithful reproduction of a 15th century castle that would have served as the home for the nobility of the House of Savoy, which ruled northern Italy for 1,000 years. Castles that served as a model for this recreation can be found throughout the Piedmont region. The Gran Madre de Dio, or Great Mother of God, was built in 1830 to celebrate the end of Napoleonic rule and the return of the House of Savoy. Huzzah! It was built to resemble the Pantheon in Rome. The hill is, and probably always was, a worship site of the Great Mother, Isis in Roman times, later Mary. Some say the Holy Grail itself, bought as a twofer with the Shroud of Turin by the Savoys, lies beneath the altar.